Hey everybody, this is Gus.
And I'm Chad.
Nice to meet you.
Well, welcome back. I hope that you guys liked our little intro video that we gave to the public.
Side note on that, plenty of people asked me if we were really, really high. We were not. We were not high. We weren't drunk. We had nothing. We were high on life
And drunk on summertime.
and quality conversation
Yes.
and excited for a thing we're bringing to you right now. Nice to meet you. If you're wondering, and this is how I wanted to start the show for everyone, I'm wearing this hat because it's March. And if you're a customer out there, just stop calling the bar about patio season. Just stop doing it. Calm down. If a place has a patio open because it's nice that day, it's fine to go there and sit on the patio if it's available. Do not bombard the places you love to go with phone calls asking whether or not they've completely changed everything for one day, maybe 2 days, and then it dips back down to 20 degrees and no one's out in the patio. It just doesn't happen. If it does happen, you should be thankful and appreciative and tip 1,000% on your bill. But if not, just let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah, it's not going to be the end of the world if you can't sit on a patio on a nice day.
Nope. There's backyards. It's fine. Get yourself a little sixer. Crack a few, then go to the bar and not sit at a patio after that. Also, it's really hot in here, so I'm going to take this hat off. I'm done with that. That's some dedication to public service. Get me hot in my studio.
I was going to say, I like that you had a hat under your hat that was just as equally warm.
You should see the hat I have underneath this one. There's
no way.
It's a bald cap.
It's
for swimming. For my swimming later.
You do have those Michael Phelps arms.
All right. Well, let's see. A little week in review.
Yeah. What happened?
I had an interesting week where it seemed like every day just had a little nuanced craziness. The highlight, though, just called out my name by like a 70-year-old woman. Just filth and foul. She did a lot of this. She did a lot of this to me.
Wow.
All the from one side of the bar all the way down, a little 15, 20 seconds. Filth and foul you, buddy. And then, I don't know if we should swear or not, but I'm going to try to keep it clean. And then she would
keep it clean.
Yeah, she'd make a few steps towards the door, and then just like, nah, that wasn't enough. Yeah. And I'm like,
what did you do to her?
Well, I kicked her out because she was asking other customers for drinks, and she had been there for a long time today. So it was time for her to go, and then she was making some allegations of things that happened that didn't happen, and I could either have kicked out a good customer that I know that has never caused any issues, or I could listen to her, who I don't know how long she's been there, and she didn't enjoy the part where I asked her to no longer be there.
Was she there before a shift change type of thing?
Yeah.
So those are great, because I think it's really good to let your new person that's coming on and say, hey, by the way, she's already had a couple of drinks. Just be careful with her.
Yeah, I was made aware of a couple people, but that's a big thing. Maybe if you want to bring that up as a topic later, we can add that onto the list. But that's I've worked in a lot of situations where you get that day crowd that's turning into an all day crowd because the night crowd's there, and you got to be a little more proactive with those people or events.
Well, that would have been fun to watch, though.
I got a round of applause when she was gone. Everyone clapping the place was like, "Thank God she's gone." So I did my job right. It was fun.
Fun. My favorite thing to do is get people a little bit lit and then
kick them out.
And then send them to the next bar. And then I'm like, she's somebody else's problem now. I know just enough where I don't want to go over that, but I know that as soon as she goes to that next place, it's just going to hit her, and she's going to be like,
yeah. And then they won't serve them, and then the night's done. Night's done.
Yeah. And then that's somebody else's problem.
Well, yeah, that's Terrible. I know too many people that work at the close place where I'm like, how much you had there? That's to me.
I do it to you for that reason.
Because you know I'll be like, mm-mm,
Yeah.
not today.
I'm like, oh, who's working today? Over there. You know what? I have some really good friends that would take care of you. Did you
Like,
just go there?
that's why I get texts while I'm working. You're like, hey, are you working? I'm like, yeah. And then again, never get nothing.
Oh, you get something?
Yeah, I get sent problems. Good. Good. Taking care of problems.
Taking care of problems. Yeah, it ceases to amaze me of how crazy it is to be in the restaurant industry. You know, just when you think you've seen it all, something else just happens.
Yep. There will be, there's always a new thing. You can even, I've had experiences where I thought, like, I've seen this before. And then I go address it in a way I'm like, this is how you handle this. And then it develops a whole new problem of something. I'm like, well, I wasn't ready for this part. Like, this was not.
It's like
stage 2 boss.
Yeah.
I beat the stage 1 boss, and then I'm like, nope.
It's
you just get the stage 2 boss.
Yeah, like bringing a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah,
you're like this.
I came to. Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be upset.
So, I mean, how did you start off in the industry, though?
Like I think like a lot of people probably like in high school got like a dishwashing job at a place, a bistro in my hometown.
Okay. Which is where?
Davenport, Iowa.
Davenport.
Yeah. Quad Cities.
I don't know what you guys do there.
I went from the Quad Cities to the Twin Cities.
But the Twin Cities is larger than the Quad Cities?
Exactly, yeah. Weird. Twice as, well, it's probably more than twice as large. It's 8 times as large. There's
Quad City!
There's multiplication involved. But then, made my way to, I've done everything really, but went to pizza delivery, I think, after that. And then into becoming a barista. Finally became like a bartender in 2006 at the Metrodome. I attended bar at the lounge in the Metrodome for my first bartending shift. That was sweet. That was a good time.
Yeah, that is pretty dang sweet. So
I knew
the
nothing.
excitement.
I knew nothing.
Yeah.
I literally they're like, here's your till, here's your inventory. Go make sure the inventory is accurate, and then serve people. And I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, like I've served people, but I just have no idea how to mix any drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of goes.
I knew like 2 drinks, I think, and then any other drink I had to look up or made terrible. One of the 2, probably doesn't matter.
Honestly, that reminds me of the first time I ever bartended. So I used to bartend at music festivals. That's how it originally started. But I mean, before that, I used to do custom suits for a living. But it's still a service that you're doing. But now, I remember my first day, they just hired me. They sent me, it was a hotel bar, and I knew how to pour beers, and I knew where the beers were. Yeah, I could do a Jameson Ginger. I could do a Jack and Coke. Yeah. But the first time I got asked to do a Manhattan, it was the worst experience. I went online, looked it up real quick, and keep in mind, this bar is tiny.
So how old are you?
This was probably about 7 years ago now.
Okay. So you'd never had a Manhattan?
I've never had a Manhattan, no.
So you're making a Manhattan, you have no idea what it should taste like?
What it looks like, what glassware to use.
Yep.
I read.
Well, so that saved me at the Metrodome. It was just literally one glass to use, and I didn't have to worry about any. There was a lot of just people wanted tap beer. You'd occasionally get the Long Island iced tea or something, but I don't know if anyone ordered a Manhattan.
Yeah. No, I remember this very, very specifically because it was literally my first day behind a real bar, and I read the ingredients of what it's supposed to be. I did it. It said stir, and I'm stirring this now in this
glass you serve it in?
In the glass, no. in an actual pint glass. I'm stirring it in the pint glass, and then I don't know what else to do with it. So this lady, which was probably about 60 years old, she looks at me.
She's had thousands of Manhattans.
Thousands of them. I bring her the whole pint glass with the ice still in it, and she's like, "Oh, that's not right." And I'm like, "No, this is how we serve it here."
It's deconstructed.
The worst part is,
here's a brandy and some vermouth. It's deconstructed.
yeah.
A glass of ice and
Yeah. Now imagine
be gone.
like this is like your classic cocktail, which you should know if you're a bartender.
Yep. And you're working at a hotel
and
bar.
You're working at yes. So this lady's now trying to drink her cocktail with the ice chips falling on her face.
So you applied for this job wearing one of the suits you used to make and looked like you knew what you were doing?
Yes.
Nice. That's right.
The best part is she drank the whole thing. She did ask for a straw, which I understand. God, if I could see myself...
Problem drinker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Needs a straw.
Oh, you need more service? God.
I've had enough of you, lady.
Would you like your Manhattan short or tall? And a pint, please. Yeah, so I quickly then started learning what I should be doing and how things should be done.
So I learned this after going there, but I went to the bartending school after bartending for like 3 or 4 years. Because the Metrodome was my only resume, and I wanted to continue to do the job and get other jobs other places.
Okay.
But you tell people you 10 bar at the Metrodome, and they're like, you open bottles of beer.
Right.
You know nothing.
Right.
And I'm like, no, I learned a certain amount, because it was actually a pretty good job, so I wanted to do it well. But I ended up going to the bartending school, which then I heard a lot of places don't like hiring people.
Yeah, they don't know.
Which is like a terrible thing for a school.
Hey, come learn how to pour drinks properly, and you will not get a job either way.
That's the reason that I heard was that people that go to that school think they know how to do, they know how to do the job they're hired for. When literally it's just, I'm going to throw a plug for it because one, I think it's good for forcing you to commit to memory and muscle memory how to make certain drinks. But after that, every bar's layout's different. Every way, margarita's a margarita, but depending on where you work, it's served in 5-6 different glasses. You
Right.
can have it up in a coupe, blended. You can have it in a pint glass. You can serve it lowball.
Not blended.
It can go, but it can go any way. So you have to learn how, when you work a place, you have to also still continue that as education. You can't just went to bartending school, step back world. You can't do that.
Well, and I understand that, but you go to the bartending school, you pay for this, right? And what, they make you make zombies? And when's the last time you made that?
That's not usually, there's 100, I don't know, I can't remember. They give you a whole stack of flashcards for a good number of drinks. There's some drinks that, I ended up, you remember because they're weird. The Smith and Kern, which only 80-year-old people order. It's a digestif, it's super low alcohol, but it's ordered occasionally. I've had to serve them. And no bartender but me knows what that is, and I only know it because I went to the bartending school. So it's got benefits.
I suppose.
But it's also, you could probably learn on the job as much too with working daytime shifts and management staff that knows how to actually do the job or something. But,
right. Yeah, I think that's actually, I learned just raw. That's what it was. And, luckily I've had some awesome coworkers, shout out to you guys, that literally basically beat those drinks into my head and how to do them properly and how to make them. And that was the one thing I was never afraid of asking, like the other guys, like, hey, what's in this, or how should I do this, and that's, I mean, you know, you get some people that they rather just try to figure it out on their own than just simple and easy and just be like, hey.
Well, that's actually why I worked a lot of places to like different service styles, is because you can learn whatever. Like, I went to bartending school after bartending a few years.
Yeah.
I worked a job mostly strictly bar backing after bartending for a long time, just to understand the difference in how you, you know, facilitate making things happen from that position. And it's
Now you said you've been doing this for a long time.
Well, like 15 years.
But are you doing it full time?
Yes.
Is that, and then, I mean, for 15 years, I mean, you have us that we don't have healthcare plans. I mean, how long are you planning on doing this for?
Well, I never planned on doing it in the first place.
I think that's everybody.
Still trying to do it as little as possible.
Well, I know that, okay, by the way, awesome facts. Chad also makes these works of art.
I am an artist. We're here in my studio. That's where we're filming from.
My studio from.
And yes, I am trying to work on an art career. Not everyone has the money to buy fine art. And so I need to do something to keep the debt collectors at bay. and
Damn you, IRS.
And the service industry is really good for the people like myself that want to spend half their time or as much time as they can in the creative field, or, you know, pursuing their own goals, and then managing to be able to make money on working the busy nights and, you know, still live a decent life.
Right.
So yeah, no, I assume I have like a window that's closing at some point. I don't know what that is, but
it's like, my hands are starting to feel it.
Exactly.
That's that window.
What that is, I don't know, but
yeah,
I still got some hustle left in me, so
yeah, no, I
go the way of just strictly daytime bartender at the country club.
Dude,
you know?
that'd be awesome. Just sit there and shoot the shit with all these old people.
Yep. And then
8-year-old.
Your age.
Yeah. I suppose you're just, that's all.
Like, hey, I'm rich enough to be your customer, and you're still serving me. Like, oh, that's right. What do you do?
Yeah, do you think that we feel a little, like, undervalued in our profession? Or would you even consider it a profession?
I do. I mean, I've seen plenty of people do it to a degree where, you know, they're going to do it successfully. I mean, I guess in a certain amount, there's probably a time where everyone becomes like a bar owner or a bar manager or someone that does more of the behind the scenes work rather than on the front lines, you know, handling people 3 deep at a bar, you know.
I love handling people 3 deep at the bar.
Yeah. Well, that's when you can be most yourself.
That's like a nice orgy.
No, it's when everyone wants something. What about yourself? You were making suits.
Yes.
You made your way into the service industry. Are you making your way back to making suits?
I am in the weirdest time of my life right now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the service industry brings you back. Because I love the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I used to go out all the time for special events and just be at bars and doing this and that. Whereas of now, I'm not doing that as much, but I'm now taking people's money instead of spending it my own.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I really don't know. Heck, if this goes really great, we might just be doing this forever.
This is it.
And then,
Let's just go for that.
Yeah.
We're both just tending bar until this show works well.
Yeah.
So,
By the way,
tell your friends.
tell your friends to subscribe, and keep in mind, we did hit 100 views, which is awesome.
100 views for just a week of trying to get. I don't know how. I didn't really do that much promotion. I did a little promotion, but 100 views is pretty good.
I think 100 views is pretty good. It's all our friends and me most
Yeah.
of the time.
I watched it 30 times.
No,
30.
I always
Subtract that.
Well, I tell people about it, and I'm like this. Here, let me see your phone. Watch it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
Also, subscribe and like it.
yeah.
Also, hold on, I'll leave a comment
Yeah.
for you. Yeah, this is the greatest. Sweet.
Dude, that is the best. Well, I mean, like I said, I think this is we're here in St. Paul, and the service industry is like family. Everybody gets to know each other.
Yep.
You know, and a lot of us work in really fine dining restaurants.
Mhm.
And not that your typical person can actually afford just going there every night or doing, you know. So it's pretty crazy how they, in a sense, it's not what you know but who you know,
Mhm.
and you get treated awesome when you go into those places because they're like, oh, sweet, you work down the street, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like, thanks for coming on down, and
Yep.
we are a mess though.
Or I served you last Tuesday, and I've got some time off. I'm gonna go visit you at your job and see how it is. Hang out for a bit.
Yeah.
Give you back your money you gave me.
And I like that.
It's a nice way to build there is a very good sense of community in it.
Yeah.
That I think the people that are in it for the long haul really appreciate.
Yeah.
And like you said, does like I know plenty of people that get out of serving and then very shortly are like, I'm probably gonna try to get a service job again.
Yeah. Like I think no matter what, I would want to do this at least once a week. Whatever way I decide to go, I want to just be behind the bar once a week because I think it's pretty badass.
Well, I've thought about that. Because if I somehow got some national attention for art, and debts are handled, and I can make art, I'd still probably, get a Friday night in.
Well, I feel
Get a
like
Thursday night
at that
in,
point, if you're already up here too, you give less fucks than anything. You're just like,
You will.
oh, how'd your drink taste?
Yeah.
Bad?
That's right.
Go to hell.
Yeah.
Like, your customer service at that point just goes out the window.
No, I think I would actually try. I would actually be the type of person that, because it matters less, I would probably just go out of my way to do even more. I'd probably be like,
Yeah, that's what we're both completely opposite.
I would be like,
Hey, can you make me an aviation for me?
Yeah.
If I was already done and now I'm doing it for fun, it's like, hey, can you make me an aviation? It's like, nah, we're out of it. It's like, out of what? We're out of it. The whole thing.
Ice. We're out of ice. Nope. I would do anyone that ordered a shot, I would just do a shot with them the whole night, every time.
Dude, you would be hammered.
just make that the rule. I work until customers order too many shots. Then I gotta go.
Yeah, that you'd have to have somebody that's actually working while you're doing this.
Also, we should take a moment, just because we're talking. Gus and I are professionals. We don't encourage drinking irresponsibly to anyone. We can do it because we work in the industry and we need to know how customers react and behave when they're in terrible situations. And so we have to get there occasionally ourselves.
Yes.
But we don't condone anyone doing it other than leave it to the professionals. And then,
have you guys ever hung out with
eat and drink responsibly.
people in the service industry? It is insane.
Yeah.
You guys are crazy.
Yeah.
I'm crazy.
Yeah.
After this, we're gonna go get crazy.
Hey, let's give it a shot anyway.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Working tomorrow? Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm like,
Come stop in. Let's see. So we talked about making your way back. It's an industry that draws you in, but do you feel respected doing it? Do you feel like people? Because I feel like you can go either way in terms of like, or maybe just customer to customer might even be
yeah, I
a
think
whole different.
you know, I was working last night, and there was like, I do this because there are a small amount of people that really appreciate what we do for them, and it shows in just a great conversation with the customer, and then you build relationships with these people, you know, and I think it's amazing. Like I said, I had this older couple yesterday, and they're like, yeah, we come down here. They're regulars at where I'm working, and they're like, oh, you're new here. But they were wonderful people. They love the service. They love going out to dinner. They love like having a couple of drinks. And it made me happy for them to be like, oh, you're doing such an amazing job and this and that. And you're like, yeah, you know, I had a shitty day, and then somebody comes and just tells me how good I'm doing.
Yep.
It's nice. It feels good. And then on top of that, they tipped very well.
Yeah. Yep.
It would have sucked if they said, you
Give me
did
this.
great. No, it would have sucked if they said, wow, you did such a great job. And then tipped me like crap. And I'm like, ah.
Yeah. I've long had this phrase that I made. 1,000 thank yous still sounds like fuck you if you don't put $1 in the jar, right?
I like that.
Right?
No, it's true.
Like you say thank you all you want. I'm not here for your thanks. I'm here for your money. That's how you say thank you. That's how you do it, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a tip line on there for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to try to do as best of a job possible so you give me as most money as possible. That's, you know.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Do you think 20% on a check is just right?
I think that's the fair standard. You did your job well. I don't have complaints.
So I want to go eat lunch today, and the server that we had was amazing. I found out he's been working at that same place since 2004.
Wow.
But just the knowledge that came out of his mouth on everything was just mind-blowing. My check was like $28, but I ended up leaving him like $15 because I literally appreciated so much of just him knowing like all the little details on stuff.
Well, I think that's a service industry thing is to, 25% is usually a minimum tip if you work in the industry.
Yeah.
And then go
start
somewhere.
off at 25 and then little by little knock it down. It's like, oh,
I'm like, well,
you forgot my straw.
yeah, very small.
Very small, yeah. It's like, remember I ordered ranch?
I had this much drink left, not this much drink left, and
Okay.
you didn't ask me.
If the ranch isn't free, I'm taking it out of your tip.
Yep.
Oh, wow, that was 50 cents?
Oh,
Cool. Take that down.
Who lost 50 cents?
It's so weird how much I fall in
You're
love
like rubbing 2 quarters together, kissing them, put them back in your pocket.
I'm telling you, that's how it works, man.
This could have been yours, buddy.
It's like-
If all you didn't do is if you just went and grabbed that ranch yourself,
But think about this.
didn't have to put it in.
I know you have some sort of penny jar, like a change jar.
Mm-hmm.
And when you fill that bad boy up, and you forget about it, you just go and turn it in. All of a sudden, you're at like $400 or $500, and you're like, "Wow!"
No.
But it's because it's like out of sight, and you're just there. It is.
Yeah.
So I don't mind. People are like, "Ugh, I don't want the change." I'm like, "Sweet, throw that in my pocket." I'll walk around and jingle all over the place.
See, I got a problem with that.
It's just 98 cents in coins.
Exactly.
In tens and pennies.
Got an extra 3 pounds of coin on me.
The worst is you can't get that coin smell off of your hand either. You're just like, oh yeah, no, I got that change though.
No, that would just annoy me. I'd be like too OCD, like, oh yeah, there's still 15 cents in my pocket. And then I would probably just take it out and put it on the nearest counter anywhere. It's like, nope, I don't need that in my pocket. That's annoying.
Dude, so what do you think of like the 11 p.m. close time?
It's.
I mean, remember the days when we used to be open till 2?
Yeah, but I've worked at places that typically close at like midnight before, like more fine dining places do that anyway. I've worked at places that close at 2, and God help you if you can kick people out by like 2:30, where you're not wrangling cats. But
Go, come on.
You can talk outside. People don't think that they can talk outside of a restaurant. I think that's
yeah.
When it's closing time, they're like, well, what happens when we go outside? We're no longer friends.
Well, are you the person that if you have a full beer and they're like kicking everybody out, are you going to slam it or are you going to leave it?
I would let how I felt dictate that. Like if that was like I stopped in late and that was my only beer, then I'd chug that.
Okay.
But if that was like 6th beer, I'd be like, yeah, whatever, let's get out of here.
Huh.
I wouldn't be upset.
I would drink your beer. I would drink mine and then I'd be like, I'll take yours too. Let's go. It's closing time. Where else are we going to drink?
It's true. I guess
at your house?
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't want to go to sleep.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe. Hang out and drink? Like, no, I'm going to bar close. I'm going to go to bed. 2 o'clock closing, sure. 11 o'clock closing, different story.
Yes, actually, see that's the thing. I don't think I'm ready for that. My legs already hurt with an 11 p.m. closing.
Yeah.
Extend that thing a couple hours. Like, yeah, I understand.
Yep.
That we want to make some money.
Yeah.
But I remember kicking people out a half hour beforehand so I could make last call down the street.
Well, I just recently gave up a double because I didn't want to be there for the double. Like, it was like a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it's like just and I remember doing it all the time last year, and then close down, reopen, and that first double on, it's like 4:30 p.m. I'm like, I gotta go. I can't. I don't have 6 more hours in me. I just don't.
My first day of work, coming back, I remember working maybe 5 hours, and I sat at the bar afterwards. I'm like,
jeez, that was a lot.
What is going on? I mean, granted, I gained like 25 pounds, but
Yep.
Dude, carrying around this body hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's one of those things where you can only do it for so long before you end up, daytime bartending at the country club.
Yeah. I should start looking now.
Exactly. Well, there's nothing. I think that's an attractive young woman's job. I don't think they hire. I mean, you have to be Mexicans? You gotta be charming. You have to be charming, like real charming. Like we have enough old men here.
Yeah, that's why I start now. If I start now, they can't kick me out in 20 years.
You got seniority.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be like, sorry, kid, I'm doing the old fashions today.
Yep.
And I'll be that old dude just ripping shots with them.
Yep.
At that point, I'll probably be drinking like, what is it?
Ultras. It's like I was just thinking of like the lightest.
I was thinking like
light beer.
Chivas Regal.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Or like really bad tequila.
Yeah.
Have you?
Just blackberry brandy.
First off,
just blackberry brandy.
Do you know anybody that just drinks straight up rail tequila for no reason? Like that's like.
I've served it to people.
Well, yeah, I can take a shot of it.
Yeah.
But you don't tell me it's real because basically you're drinking vodka with some coloring.
I know a few people that, well, they drink it regularly.
I can see like real whiskey,
Yeah.
but real tequila, man, there's something wrong with that.
That's, well, I mean, I'm trying to even think of, like, I can probably tell you a name brand of rail for everything but whiskey, or but tequila. Like, I don't know what like, a lot of them have, names where they even cover the entire, they'll make the same, they'll make, vodka, rum, gin, and whiskey, but it's always a different tequila. It's not the...
Yeah. Interesting.
But it's always gold. It's always a gold tequila.
Yeah, it's always gold. You've never seen it. Well, I mean, I've never seen a real white tequila.
Nope.
So going into being a bartender versus being a server.
Oh, yes. I think this is a good topic.
I think this is. How many servers have you taken home?
Oh, wait, what? Is that a different go into? Is that a play on going into? Is that what happened there?
Look at your face. Got him.
Now this is my more favorite topic.
Yeah. This is right.
Screw that other topic.
This is what I really want to go in. Actually, let's talk about that a little bit. They always say you never. What is it? Don't shit where your ass can't catch a beat.
Something like that.
Don't shit where you eat. Don't eat where you shit.
Well, that's either way, I guess. Yeah. I don't know if that's not the exact phrase, but
don't show the beer where the honey is.
Yes. Don't look to give horse in the mouth.
Stop beating dead horses.
You don't. There's another one about like the company. You don't. Something about the company pool. You don't dip into the company pool.
Okay, there. All right.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. There's
something like that.
I'm sure that we got one of them right.
Yeah. We put them all together.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Don't worry, we'll edit it later.
Yeah, don't do that.
So tell me. So before we get into the actual service side of it, it's like, have you ever just been like, hey, wow, she's a pretty good looking girl, and then just ruin your work relationship?
Yes, I have done that.
Oh. Uh-oh.
But I've even done that where like I actually apply to the place because of an attractive. I'm like, oh, I'll work here with you. And then
and then one thing leads to another, and you're like, oh, we still work together.
Yep. I've gotten like the server printout, and then it prints out, and you'd be like, I need whatever's ordered, but then like special request. Also, go fuck yourself.
Like, she loved you.
Yep, that was. I mean, it was like. Both like, well, it was hilarious.
You're a good
I actually
guy
thought it was clever. I thought it was clever.
Yeah,
I was like, oh wait, you're upset with me, and I'm laughing at the thing you did to be mean. That doesn't make me very.
No,
it's not going to help anyone feel good.
Well, you're a good-looking guy, and so I'm sure that ladies are just dropping their phone numbers on there for you too.
That's why I don't get a lot of phone numbers.
Really?
Well, also, that's the one. If you're giving me a phone number, like, give it to, like, make sure I know you're giving it to me.
Yeah.
Because usually I just grab the receipts, put them in a jar, and at the end of the day, I'm like, call me. I don't know who this is. And then I don't call them because, well, I don't know.
Okay, so I remember.
Have you done that?
Gotten phone numbers?
Yeah, just left behind.
Yes.
Left behind, and you know who they are.
Yes. Some of them are my friends now.
Have you? Oh yeah. Have you gotten ones where you didn't know who they were? Did you call them?
No, I have a super good memory.
Oh.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's great. I'll remember stuff. Like I'll remember everything throughout the day, and So that person I'll remember too. But at the end of the night, I will call you.
Well, so I've always said this too. People are like, hey, bartenders, they hook up with chicks all the time, right? You're like, well, no, I got to close a bar down.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like meet me after work. I'm like, are you going to be up at 3:30 in the morning?
Yeah, no.
And if you are and waiting for me, that's always just like a red flag.
It's true. Maybe this 11 p.m. close is a good thing.
I mean, there's a lot of good benefits to it, but also, I don't know. Nothing good happens after 11 anyway, right? I mean, not inside a place, not in a bar.
Not in a bar.
That's the beginning of the end.
I know.
That's when you've worked a decent shift and you're like,
I
hope it just wraps up nice.
That's when you're like $200 in pull tabs already, and you're just like, what would another 100 do?
Yep.
Nice, I won.
I can either
100.
I can either lose the 100 more or win my money back.
Yeah.
And not have won anything. Let's do it.
Yeah. What the hell? Oh man. Well, I'm thinking. Well, dude, being in this industry, you always you always get bad reviews.
Yep.
Ton of them.
Yep.
You get a couple good ones here and there.
But people like to express they'll tell the good to their friends, right? They'll tell the negative to the world. They'll post it up. And I guess, and in some sense, vent in a way where they hoped something could have or should have or would have happened that didn't happen, and then because of their expectations, that weren't met in whatever way, it doesn't even really matter if those were the expectations that the place you work set forth for what they should,
I have no idea what you said.
Well, because you were looking up. Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So what I'm actually doing right now is I'm pulling up some reviews, so we can just see what people are
Let's
like.
do it. Yep.
And all right.
I like me some review. Restaurant review. A restaurant review.
A restaurant. I'm not gonna read that one.
The
that one's like
critiquers
3
becoming
pages.
the critiqued.
Okay.
Touche, customers. Let's review how you review.
I'm gonna read a review to you, and you tell me how many stars you think this is.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Yep.
Okay.
I like that.
Oh my God, people are insane. All right, here we go. I personally overheard the owner of this bar talking about how if the elderly and the obese people stayed home, then this restaurant wouldn't have to be worried about COVID-19. Amongst other unprofessional things that have been said regarding COVID, the rudeness and the lack of professionalism is not appropriate. I hope others take this into account before deciding to go here. Please take your business somewhere that supports both his business, the health of his workers, and the health of your family and our state.
That review is, it's got to be like you'd assume a 1 star, because you're literally saying, don't come here at all.
It's true.
And tell everyone you know. So 1 star.
That is definitely a 1 star.
Okay.
The funniest thing about this, and I hate the stigma of calling people Karens.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of wonderful people named Karen.
Yep.
But I want you to read this name.
Yep.
Sorry.
No,
That was definitely a
Jeez.
Karen. But see, this is the thing. I'm looking through this, and there's 5 star after 5 star after 5 star, and it says great service and drinks.
So her review was not about the restaurant; it was about politics. But she left it,
Right. So how are you gonna take? And now she's saying, the safety of the people that work for this place. And now you're here trying to make money, and now she's trying to deter business from you.
She's also not saying that they are not actually looking out for those things. They're just saying that they overheard someone say, say that they wish that there was
No,
they wouldn't have to deal with the lockdown stuff if what was it, elderly
and obese people.
So they're not saying that the business itself isn't looking after people. It's just saying that the opinions expressed by
whoever was there was apparently
don't jive with their opinions,
right?
And therefore you should never go to that place.
No, this one's great. Sorry,
no, that's fine.
But so remember, you guess.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have a chance to get to know the place. We walked in there. Nobody paid any attention to us. The bartender said hello, but that's it. It's not done. We didn't know if we should wait for somebody to be seated or just choose any seat and go ahead. The waitress said we can seat anywhere. But nobody came up to us after that and paid no attention to us for a very long time. So we left. And I really wanted to try the place out, but this was just a weird experience. Never came back ever since.
Well, I mean, doesn't that also have to be a 1-star review? Like
2 stars.
2 stars.
2 stars. But I mean, this is insane.
That is.
So she's saying
is a bowl of contradiction.
Yeah.
Throughout.
Now, we walked in there. Nobody paid any attention to us. The bartender said hello.
The bartender said hello.
But nobody paid attention to them.
He was the only one of no one.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, what?
Who was there only a bartender? What if there was only a bartender? Oh, wait, no, they say a server, right?
Yeah, and then they say a server came up to him and said, please sit anywhere.
Yeah.
But then they said that they didn't know whether to sit down or wait till to be seated.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of confusion going on there. And I mean...
Well, and I feel bad for that, for the reviews on that restaurant. Now, you're getting these negative reviews for what?
I mean, there's a certain amount the restaurant's responsible for in terms of ensuring your enjoyment.
Yes.
But like that last one was very clearly like everyone did what they were supposed to do, but there's something missing from it. Like there's something that was like, I mean, the part like we waited, or like how or why did they wait around? Like also, they might have completely appeared like we shouldn't serve you at all.
Yeah.
You know? Like you don't know that that's the case, but like there could have been something like.
That is crazy.
Like we walked in, my friend was already passed out, but we were carrying him.
Yeah, and they wouldn't serve us.
Everyone looked at us, but no one said anything except for the bartender, who said welcome.
Yeah. Like, do you want
the
rest
server,
of the people?
And the server gave us menus, but then never came back.
Yeah.
Like, what? I don't know. So I think something's missing.
Well, clearly if the bartender said something to you, I mean, sit at the bar.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, are you a person that loves sitting at the bar or sitting at a table?
I'm a bar sitter. That's the best service.
A bar sitter is the
I'm
best
a bar
service?
sitter. Yeah. That's what I think the best service is.
Why?
I don't know. Because I tend bar. Table service is terrible.
Shit. Well, like I've served before.
Table
there's
serving is terrible. Table service, you can have good table service. I'm
Yes.
just saying.
When
I've had to pick up tables, I don't like it. I like to serve people at a bar.
I would much rather bartend than serve. And there's some super strong servers that I think just do an awesome job.
Yep.
And they kick ass.
Yep.
I do not. I repeat, I do not. But I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do as good as I can.
I'll say I'm all right.
But, okay.
I'm all right.
I can't carry a tray.
But, oh yeah, no, me neither.
Look, I will run back. If there's 6 people at a table, I will run back and forth and grab all the drinks
Yep.
separately.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
I used a tray once, and I dumped a Bloody Mary all over a woman in a white sweater while she was sitting on a patio outside in like a late fall. So that was the last time. That was the first time and the last time.
I feel like
I can't carry all this.
I feel like at that point you look at the manager and you're just like, "This is why I told you I don't serve."
Was that a place where actually the bartender took tables in the like between day shift and night shift? There was everyone went. The bartender, it was only service at the bar, and you served the patio. But literally no one around, just me and tables, and so no one knew other than me and the tables. But it was just and you and everything about this just went terribly wrong.
So yeah,
I'm sorry, miss.
So-
I'm so sorry. I'm like, her friends are laughing. Her friends are like, and I'm like, beads of sweat dripping on my face. I'm like, I don't. I tend bar, and I run away. No, I didn't do that. I said the line. I remember this. It's like, well, obviously this round will be on me, and then I had the idea for the joke about, well, obviously it's on her.
yeah.
Right? And then I didn't say that, but then one of her friends did. And I was like, oh, yeah, good thing I left that up to you.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, if you're a server and you're awesome at it, good freaking job. 100%.
I got respect, especially the big people that got the big tray.
Yeah.
Get the big in their mouth.
Yeah. Like the giant plates and stuff. No, don't.
I wouldn't make it out the kitchen. I wouldn't make it out the kitchen with that.
No, there's no way. Look at these little hands.
No. I got 3 plates. I can carry 3 plates.
I could
4. If there was a little small one, I could pin. I can 2-hand and 1. But then when I get to the table, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, you just started. Hey, can you pick that up? There's that.
Yeah, exactly.
There's that.
Here, will you take that sandwich off that plate?
I used to work at a place where the owner of the bar, like, he would come in every day for lunch, and he would come in with 4 friends, and he's very particular about how he get his food, and he loved the fact that we had fresh cracked pepper, and I'm one of those people that I've known him for a while, and I'm like, oh, you want some cracked pepper? I bring it up to his table, and I just leave it there. And he goes, what? And I'm like, oh, you need me to do it for you. I cracked the pepper.
Oh, I cracked the pepper. I cracked the pepper.
Yeah. Like, this dude is up there, like, CEO of huge places, and he's in here with his homies and his posse, and just so you have me.
That's it.
Like,
that meets your service now. Like, here's your full Manhattan.
yeah.
here's your cracked pepper, uncracked in the cracker. Pepper milk. Get a shot of Jameson. Here's the bottle. You know how much is enough.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, I'm telling you, if some of those times that I just like think about where I sit there and I'm like, man, I understand why I got that face.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd probably be in a mansion.
Yeah.
Those small mistakes, the butterfly effect.
Yeah, exactly. They're all just
forgot to crack the pepper. Whole world done.
Yep. We almost promoted him.
Yeah.
He clearly did.
He was going to be the regional bar sales guy. I don't know.
But he literally just screwed up a whole cracked pepper. Served a lady a pint of Manhattan and...
God, oh man. you know, if that lady has a YouTube, and I hope she sees this,
Yeah.
because I want to thank you for the experience I gave myself.
Yeah.
With your-
a great learning moment
Yeah.
that I had to. Sometimes you just gotta fail to succeed. You gotta get used to it. You gotta know that you're not gonna do it perfect all the time.
Right.
And then slowly you'll get better. And I like to think when it is slow, do the little things that might make you better. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just give it a shot.
Yeah.
Just have a shot while you're giving it a shot.
Pick up that piece of paper on the floor.
Yeah. Do the small things.
Yeah. Use a fork.
Flip that glass.
Flip the glass.
Grab the bottle upside down and pour at the same time.
Flip the glass, tap that
Yeah.
ass.
You don't want to go flipping bottles mid-Friday night, getting slammed, and then break it. Break it Tuesday midday. You know? Practice.
Yeah, it's like, but
Well, guys, we're on our way to about an hour here. I think that we should wrap this up by talking about next week, when we will have our very first guest.
very first guest, which we are so excited.
It's going to be great. It'll be the lovely Jen Collins.
Is wonderful.
She's a fantastic person, a fantastic bartender, and I'm going to gather she has some stories to tell us.
Yes, and she's pretty good looking.
Hey, I'm not going to say that because, you know, full disclosure, I work with her. And it's just, we
Yeah.
already talked about all the things that taking servers home and whatever. Right?
But
Not a
yeah,
thing.
honestly, you guys, tune in for our show next week. It is going to be the bomb. And if you liked our intro, and if you like this, please hit a like. Even if you don't like it, just hit a like.
Yeah, tell us why you didn't like it.
Yeah,
Tell
tell
us
us.
where we overstepped.
Yes.
Tell us where we understepped.
And if you want to buy any piece of art that's behind us, it is up for sale.
It's always for sale.
Always for sale. I don't get any commission of it. Maybe.
But it'll help
working-
fund the show a little bit.
Fund the show. Because
And, yeah,
we got cameras.
join YouTube, start your own page. Follow our page and subscribe. Like it. Leave a comment. And love you. You guys are awesome.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Tell your friends.
We'll see you next week for more of Chad and Gus.
Nice to meet you. Well, we thought it'd be really cool to, be a part of. Well, wait, what?
What are we a part of? I don't know what we're a part of.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Right. We'll get the, we'll start it.
Yeah.
Oh, should we do the old, this is Gus? Start the show off that way?
Are we gonna do it like that?
Yeah.
Every show?
Well, I mean, we can.
Yeah.